Well, hello. Good morning, everybody. Hello. Oh, let's turn that music down a little bit. There we go. There we go. Hi, everybody. Hello. Welcome. Hope you're all doing great, or just well. It doesn't have to be great. Just hope you're doing pretty good. Hope you're satisfied. Let's see. How's my mic audio? Looks good. How's everything? Looks good. Hi, everybody. Who we got here? We've got Jen. Hello to Jen, Gerald, Sabrina, Michael, and Changa. Good to see you as always. Jet Screamer, Lord of Dark, dudes. Ooh, how mysterious. Wonder Cub is here. I always dislike Gomer Pyle since it caused Honey West to get bumped and canceled. What was Honey West? I don't know Honey West. Hello to Sim. Hello to Crystal Wright and Jay Peterson. Happy Sunday to you. Laura's here. Hello, Laura. Hope you all had a lovely Thanksgiving time. If you're in a part of the world that cares about Thanksgiving time, hope you had a lovely Indigenous Peoples Day. I hope you had just a good weekend. I hope this is a good weekend for you. Who else is here? B is here. Hello, Jenny and Thorn Silver. Mr. Beryl Queen, as always, a pleasure to see you. Knit and Crochet Tiger. And Deborah is here on time. You made it on time. Nathan Smith, James Polk, hello from Mississippi. This pre-stream collage is becoming a garden of earthly delights. Look at all of our friends. I had to put Jim upside down up there because I'm really running out of space for these folks. Joe Hollywood's here. Hello. Oh, Laura, thank you so much for the tip. I appreciate it. Thank you very, very much. Good vibes to all of us. Masquerade Noir is playing Pokemon. Ooh, what have you caught lately? Anything good? Anything shiny? Deborah loves Jim's singing voice. Oh, we'll talk about that. Yeah, so the plan today, we're going to talk about our good friend, Jim Nabors. If he's not your good friend, he's about to be because he's just a lovely, lovely guy. So we're going to talk about this closeted Hollywood star of the 1960s through 1920s. What would it be? 1900 and teens. He lived 2017. Anyway, we're going to talk about this closet Hollywood star, some scandals, and a secret love story, a secret real-life love story. And then we're going to watch my new video about him that premieres in about an hour, 55 minutes really, at noon my time, or some other time, your time maybe. Where are y'all? Where are y'all? Are y'all on the West Coast? I like when everybody says where they're from. I'm in Seattle, of course. Today's the farmer's market day. Maybe I'll go out to the farmer's market if I've got time. We'll see. I always try. As always seems to happen, I was up late working on this one. I'm very tired. So I may just lose consciousness and fall asleep right after the stream. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Chang says when I was a kid, the image of the character really clashed with what you'd see in commercials for his music. Yeah. We'll talk about the singing voice. Laura says he has a gorgeous operatic voice like me. Aw, Mac the Knife, hello. That's so Derek, good to see you. Good morning from New Zealand, says Red Donks. Redonks? Sure. Thank you for putting something in Angela's magnifying glasses, Nick Crochet Tiger, on the other screen. Now you have to fix this one. Oh yeah, she still does have that like dimensional hole in the, in the magnifying glass. Greetings from Chicago, says Fred Maxon. Hello to Chicago. I see a lot of folks planning their trip for Midwest Fur Fest next weekend. I guess, is it next weekend or the weekend after? Anyway, early December. Howdy from Texas is Jason, my dreams. Oprazine says, I'm only disappointed you're not wearing your overalls. The overalls will make an appearance at some point. I did forget to put the overalls on. I just slipped into whatever I had because I was up late and I was like, I got to put clothes on. Honey West was a late 60s detective show. Anne Francis played the title character. I've never heard of it. Hello from New Jersey, says Kate. I'm in Los Angeles, says Serge. Tickle Pink is here. Hello. New Zealand for Redonks and Denmark. Close to you. Good to see you as always. Hope you're doing well. Thorn Silver is in Los Angeles. We're going to be talking about LA because that's where Jim lived for a lot of his life before he moved to Hawaii. Do we have anyone from Hawaii here? I've never been to Hawaii. I've always wanted to go to Hawaii. I've never been. Seems nice. Now seems like a bad time to go. Not a nice time to impose upon the locals of Hawaii. Hello from the Bay Area, this is Mr. T-Bone. Jim Nabors indeed. Robbie Bobby. North Texas for Jason My Dreams. Illinois for Crystal Wright. Los Angeles for a lot of Los Angeles here. I guess it makes sense. We talk about entertainment. It's kind of a Los Angeles-y stream. New Orleans for Knit and Crochet Tiger. Bulgaria from Miro. Hello to Bulgaria. It makes me so happy when everybody is dispersed across the planet. North Carolina for Diana Bray. North Carolina is where they filmed some of Andy Griffith. Or no, I don't think it's where they filmed Andy Griffith. I think it's where it was set. I think it was set in North Carolina. Pasadena, California, says Laura Estrada. That's more likely to be where they actually shot it. PDX, Pacific Time Zone, says B with the pine trees. Deborah Battle in Washington, D.C. Middle Tennessee, says Candice. And Gretna, Louisiana, for Bread Napkin. Long Beach, Mississippi. There's a Long Beach in Mississippi? I don't know that. Masquerade Nora caught a Badoo. My starter's up. Wait, up a what? A Piplup. I don't know that one. About to trade for my favorite Pokemon. Postmoderns in Palm Springs. I see everybody retiring to Palm Springs to relax. Altadena, says Thorn Silver. Oh yes, lots of LAs. DC here. Multiple DCs as well. Mad Dash from New York at 5:30. Beat the traffic. Yikes, that's very early. Hello from Wisconsin, soundboard. London, England for Anthony. Mr. G-Mon says, why did they let Burt Reynolds sing Best Little Whorehouse but not Jim Nabors? So we'll talk about Best Little Whorehouse and Dolly Parton. I almost call her Dolly Madison. We'll talk about Best Little Whorehouse and Dolly Parton, Burt Reynolds and stuff, because those are all folks who've intersected with Jim. Latvia for Meeks. Am I pronouncing that right? I'm hopefully pronouncing that right. Henderson, Missouri. Aya from Augusta, Georgia. Brazil from I'm going to mispronounce everybody's name. Lace. Carmen's from Colorado. Why is on my bucket list is Joe, and Rudinger is from Germany. Hello to Germany. We are superpopulated, says Serge. It's true. We've got agents everywhere. Teresa lived in Hawaii, but I only remember the playground across the street. That must have been a very little kid. Grandparents live in Hawaii. My parents are currently visiting. Oh, says Thorn Silver. There you go. Nathan says, can confirm Mayberry is in North Carolina. Ta-da! Yeah, so we'll talk about Mayberry and all that stuff as soon as I'm done greeting everybody, because we have so many people to greet. Hello, Kevin, this is Chicago, another Chicago folks. Kiev? I'm mispronouncing where you live now, gosh. Verdi says, keep up the fantastic work. Thank you very much. Diana first? Diana, I, or no, Joe, you're responding to Diana and saying, I was raised in North Carolina. I thought you were saying Diana the First was raised in North Carolina. I'm like, what? Tomer's in London. Only time I've seen Jim is on the Muppet Show. Yes, he was a Muppet guest. Early, season 6, I think. Episode 6 of season 1. Varys in Toronto. Hope you're doing well in Toronto. Hope you have tickets to see Anthony's Cats screening coming up very soon. If it hasn't happened already, I don't think... Has it happened already? I can't remember. Oh, well. Do you have scheduled video releases just however long it takes? Usually, for a while, I've been trying to do every 2 weeks. This one took 4 weeks because I was catching up on a lot of stuff. So I try to do every 2 weeks. That's the plan, is every 2 weeks. That's the plan. And I'm working on some stuff. I can tease some of the stuff that I'm working on coming up. Can give you a little sneak peek. Oh, Piplup is the adorable blue penguin. Yes, okay, that's the one. Nathan says, it feels weird whenever a well-known sitcom isn't set in New York or California, yet there are enough of them that maybe the feeling itself is weird. Well, part of that, we're going to talk about this, is the rural purge. It was this time on CBS where they got rid of all of their southern shows, all their southern small-town shows, because they had a ton. And suddenly, sitcoms were very urban and, like you're observing, California and New York-based. And so that's something that we got used to, or viewers got used to if you were watching sitcoms around like 80s, 90s. But prior to that, there was not really, sitcoms were not really necessarily a city thing. New Crochet Tiger says, who's in Gretna, Louisiana? It's just across the river. Oh, there's someone just across the river bend. Middle Tennessee also playing Pokemon, says Stephen Gill. Hooray. Death Star's here. Hello. Hey from Chicago, says Ben. Hello to Chicago. Big Chicago contingent. Has anyone watched Wheel of Time yet, says Laura? I have not. Is it good? Is it queer? Is there anything, any fun, sexy gay times? Oh, Laura, wait. Thornsilver says to Laura, I forgot it was a while ago. Wait, has anyone, wait, I can't follow the conversation because there's so many. Used to listen to the Tours of Paris a lot, unless I'm mixing Mac up with someone. That happens a lot. The other beardo gays, we all kind of look the same. Laura's purchased the Lavender Scare. Your has been using it in a writing project. Oh, wonderful. Thank you for citing your sources. You're very welcome. I do try to do that. I'm so glad that you're enjoying that. It is a great documentary. Lavender Scare, highly recommended. Mac Knife's been watching Cats 98 obsessively. Never tell if I like it ironically or unironically. Definitely like Cats 2019 ironically. I will tell you what, the guy who plays Mr. Mistopheles in the 98 version, so there's a stage to screen version of Cats that they shot in '98, especially for video release. The guy who plays Mistopheles is now a music teacher. He was very young. He was like 20 when they shot it. He's now a music teacher somewhere, I can't remember where, at a college. And there's a very cute flash mob proposal where he proposes to his husband. I can't remember his name, but it's very sweet. It's very, very sweet. So that's what makes Cats gay. Close news from Denmark, small town called Tarm. Tarm. Danish actually means large intestine. Ugh, okay. Man, I just want to live in a place called Large Intestine. But if there was a gay bar in Mayberry, it would be called either Gayberry or Mayferry. Gayberry's kind of funny, Terrence. I kind of like that. Norman Lear seemed to do all the new shows from the Switch. Yeah, so that was the thing, and we'll talk about a little more about this. Is suddenly TV was like, ooh, what if we did cities? What if cities happened? So Norman Lear happened to be in the right place at the right time for a lot of new shows in cities. I'm excited for ABC Live doing different strokes and facts of life in December. Oh, wow. Who's in the cast? Kevin Hart is Arnold. Fascinating. I didn't know that was coming out. Facts of Life in December. Gosh, who from Facts of Life is still like actively working and acting? I guess Mindy, what's her name? Mindy, what's her name? Mindy, what's her name? Not going to do a full what's her name right now. But anyway, Mindy's still doing stuff, right? Charlotte Rae, I think, passed away. Now I have my fire type, says Masquerade Noir. I'm about to effectively destroy the grass gym leader in Brilliant Diamond. Congratulations. How are you liking the new game? Res Gulton's show was apparently casualty of the Rural Purge. I've read about how the Purge was a, let's say, rural-urban skirmish, more networks axing overly nice programs in lieu of All in the Family. That could be too. I think a big part of it was things were like it was the end of the 60s. There was a huge amount of social turmoil, and they were still making shows like Beverly Hillbillies and Petticoat Junction that just felt like not modern at all. Just a throwback. Robbie. I mean, it's like, I don't know, like Young Sheldon or what's the other one? Big Bang Theory. Like it just feels like it's from a different time. Have you thought about putting the Sewers of Paris on YouTube? Says Robbie. Yes, it's just just another project. How many people like to listen to podcasts on YouTube? I don't really have a good sense of that. I mean, I might do it because I've got so much. I've got 330 something episodes. It's a lot. So it will be a lot. But if people like to listen to podcasts on YouTube, I mean, I guess why not? It's a good place to discover stuff. Anyway, Death Stars, new job was killing me. I had to quit. Glad I got to drop in. Sorry to hear the new job was not great. Artie says hello from Do on Twitch. Been a while since I've seen these Pew streams. Do you mean pre-streams? Let's say Pew streams. Hello to Do. Good to see you. Laura says I've decided that Cats has to be seen live, meant for you to experience the wonder of dance and big theater. Mindy Cohen, thank you. Oh, Kim Fields still doing stuff. That's good. I'm glad Kim Fields still running around. I agree with you, Laura. Cats should be seen live. I've never actually seen it live. I guess that's on my list of stuff that it would just, what a dream. It's doing a tour, and it's not coming close to Seattle. It's going to be in Eastern Washington, like a real drive. So I'm not sure if I actually want to go, take the amount of time to cross the state to see Cats. Wasn't he a couple Disney voices? Jim Nabors? Was Jim Nabors a couple Disney voices? I don't think he did a lot of voice. Nothing that I can think of. He did a live action kids show with Ruth Buzzy, I think in the 80s. But I don't think he did a lot of voice. Yeah, Fred Maxson said big Conehead delegation in the house. Yeah, everybody excited for, here's the thing, Mindy Cohn, great. She's great. I've had friends who've worked with her, and just nothing but here's the thing is I like making videos when it's about somebody who's they're just good. They're just really nice. And that's why this Jim Nabors one was a real hoot. It's just a good person that people liked. I also enjoyed doing the Paul Lynde video, but there's a real contrast between Paul when people were people talking about Paul, I could see it that he actually did push somebody out of a window to his death. That is plausible. Versus Jim Nabors, who everyone's he's just great, and he's a very I will protect him at all costs kind of guy. Soundboard says it's officially a gay Power Ranger now. Oh, speaking of hinting at my upcoming videos, I've got a Power Rangers video in the works. I don't think it'll be the next one, or even this month. It's not going to be in the next couple, but Power Rangers video in the works. I've been talking to folks, talking to sources. Got my sources. Getting the inside scoop. Kim Field still acting as a show on Netflix. Directs some sitcoms, says Deborah. Wow, that's awesome. I'm so glad. I believe she was on, what was the show that Friends plagiarized? It wasn't In the House. It was, Oh no, they had a gay episode and everything. It was the one that Queen Latifah was on. Anyway. She was on that. Oh, Nancy McKeon still makes Lifetime movies, says Nick Crochet Tiger. Fantastic. Hannah Grape says, how do you feel about Jesus Christ Superstar? Very carefully, so I don't get my hands in any of his wounds. No. How do I feel about it? I like it. It's a good show. I like it. Generally tend to watch it around Easter time because of reasons. Joe says, I've been to many live sitcom tapings the last 10 years. I miss going. Oh, yeah, I can imagine. Yeah. My favorite was a pilot for Carol Burnett that didn't get picked up, sadly. I can't believe that a Carol Burnett project didn't get picked up. God, what a missed opportunity that is. Ruth Buzzy and Jim's Android. Oh, were they do androids? That's bizarre. So I've never actually seen it. Living Single. That's the name. Thank you, everyone. Living Single. Sleep deprived state. I bought myself season tickets to Broadway in Tucson. I thought I dreamed until I saw my confirmation. No cats though, says Teresa. Teresa, what are you going to go see? Subject Paul Lind. Alcoholism is a terrible thing, says Opera. It's true. He did not take good care of himself. He did not have great coping mechanisms, it would seem. So, yeah, I guess, something I didn't really get into in my Paul Lind video is has kind of a cautionary tale. And that Jim Nabors is sort of what's the opposite of a caution? A welcomary tale? He's Jim, all right, let me get to the end of this chat here, and then we're going to talk about who the hell is this Jim Nabors person? Wanted to love the show, but it had a hand in Honey West getting canceled, and I love your shows. Yeah, a lot of Honey West fans in the chat, apparently. Oh, Laura says, my mom got chosen by Rum Tum Tugger. He came to the second row and danced with her, then flirted with her throughout the show. Oh, my goodness. Oh, Rum Tum Tugger. Matt's going to have to talk about the queer baiting 2017 Power Rangers movie promo. Yeah. So Power Rangers had quite the evolution on gay stuff, from, especially if we count the Japanese media, comics in particular as well. But there's been more queer than meets the eye for Americans. Also, this is a real stretch, but the actress who played Rita in the 90s Power Ranger movie, the first Power Rangers movie, the actress who played Rita is the same actress who played the problematic wife in Priscilla, Queen of the Desert. So there you go. There's another gay connection. McIntyre says, not this month, like the next 2 days. Oh, God, you're right. For some reason in my head, it's already December. I'm already just dreading all the holiday stuff. Stopped by a special effects engineer for Power Rangers. If you want my insider views, as Wonder Cub, I do. Send me a note on Twitter. I'm always looking for insider gossip. Twitter's the best way to get a hold of me. Send me a little Twitter note. Sondheim was Jewish. You should say, may his memory be a blessing. Yes. Oh, yes. May his memory be a blessing. Of course, to Sondheim, I don't know if y'all saw, there's a lovely tribute to him this morning in New York. People singing Sunday. Gosh, I mean, on one hand, of course, what a loss. But on the other hand, oh my God, the stuff that he left us, so much good stuff to enjoy of Stephen Sondheim's. So I'm not so much sad as just of course, melancholy about him not being around anymore, but also just so joyful about the things that we get to enjoy that he created. Oh my goodness. Lost Saucer. Oh yeah. Okay. We got some buzz about the Lost Saucer here. Oh, it was 1975. I thought it was 80s. 1975. Gosh. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about Jim Nabors, in case you're not familiar. If you are, then you're going to know all of this stuff. Jim Nabors, actor, born 1930. Grew up very southern, very tiny town in Alabama, Sylacauga, and then he was discovered. I'm skipping a lot of stuff, but he was discovered working in a nightclub where his act was basically, he was an extremely talented operatic singer, not really professionally trained. He just trained himself. Incredible operatic singer, but he had a really goofy, hokey southern, a southern accent. I'm trying to choose my words carefully here to be precise. So he'd do this like very big bold song, and then he'd be very super Southern in his accent. Jim knew from an early age that he was gay. It's obviously not something you could really talk about in the 1930s and 40s. And so he was discovered in this nightclub doing this act by Andy Griffith, who had the Andy Griffith Show, one of the most popular shows on television. He was like, hey, we should put this guy on our show. So they did. And he was a huge hit, and audiences love him. He just has this really charming, folksy, friendly, like, nothing's ever a problem. He's kind of got like a Bugs Bunny sort of vibe where, not that he's causing mayhem, but he's always unperturbed. He's never troubled by anything. And so he's just like really relaxing and nice and kind. And by all accounts, that's how he was in real life. And so at a time when people were awfully hostile to queer people, he, of course, had to keep himself publicly closeted, but he was pretty out to colleagues and professionals around him, other people that he worked with. So, you know, he's friends with other closeted gay celebrities at the time, like Rock Hudson, made very good friends with Carol Burnett. Carol Burnett was shooting her variety show across the studio. So you can just really see like all these celebrities being like, oh, Jim's just real nice. He's just a real nice guy. Which became a bit of a crisis when rumors started to spread publicly about him and Rock Hudson, because they were friends. I don't know. I've never seen any evidence that they were actually romantically linked. But if you know of any, please send it my way. But there's this rumor that they got married, which obviously wouldn't even have been possible legally. But so there's this rumor, and they had to spin up the PR stuff and be like, no rumor to it. It's terrible. Oh, horrible. Because that's just what you had to do at the time. It sucks, but that's what you had to do. Anyway, so this marriage rumor nearly ended his career in the 70s. Meanwhile, Jim was actually falling in love with the love of his life, his partner Stan, who he eventually married almost 40 years later. They were together for 4 decades. Incredible. But, you know, you had to keep it secret until it was finally safe to reveal. So that's kind of the overview of Jim and what we're going to be talking about. Mr. G says, a tribute to Sondheim on his 90th birthday did during lockdown. Oh, everyone singing with Zoom was magical. Yeah, that was really lovely. Even Crochet Tiger, yeah, Gomer probably was a spinoff from Andy Griffith because they could tell like he was going to be a big hit, and they were like, uh-oh, we better do something with this guy. Joe still has my southern drawl. Lived in Hollywood for 10 years. I get comments on it daily. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, that must really stand out. Like in a melting pot kind of city where it seems like there's sort of like everyone's accents sort of smush into one. Has your accent changed after 10 years? Like, have you found it getting milder? Off topic, in the collage, it looks like Pauline is smelling Ernie's finger, grossed out by Linda Lavin is shocked. Oh, kind of just looking all the way across. I wish I could rotate the stickers. I wish I could, I wish I could spin them around a little bit. I can flip them vertically and horizontally, but I can't, like, rotate them by degrees. Masquerade says, the only Power Rangers series I have any nostalgia for is Mystic Force. Here's the thing, is I was talking to a Power Rangers writer, who is himself gay, and he was telling me that something they discovered is that there's a very small window of when people tend to be, age window of when people tend to be interested in Power Rangers. So whichever age, or whichever series is like your favorite, is probably the one that you were watching when you were in that age window. So if it's Mystic Force for you, whatever year that was when you were watching it when you were a kid. Now the new one is Dino Fury. Power Rangers Dino Fury is the new one that has a same-sex couple on it, and it's real sweet. It's nice, and it's very like just clear. They're dating. Everyone's happy for them. It's lovely. Hooray! It's just really, really nice. Aubergine says the neighbor's Hudson wedding was a deliberate hoax. But by whomst? Like, so the origin of the rumor that I've read, and I haven't seen any like proof, is that it was a bunch of gays who sent out like party invitations, and as a joke said that they were going to do a wedding for Jim and that it was the wedding of Jim and Rock. Just like a little joke thing on a party invitation, and then it just got out of hand, and people started repeating it, not realizing it was true. Yeah, as Tomer says, the joke was that the punchline is that Rock Hudson would change his name to Jim's character, so he'd be Rock Pyle. Ha, get it. It's not a very good joke. Laura says, I remember when my mom told me that Jim sang opera. I was 17 studying privately. We were watching Andy Griffith. I laughed until I stopped joking. I saw him on Kentucky Derby. Yeah, it's amazing because he's got this like real hokey, down home, folksy voice when he talks. Because that's his real voice. That's really who he is. And then when he opens his mouth to sing, he's like one of the 3 tenors. Oh, of course, you're right. Vuzu Sondheim also marrying his partner. Ah, such a nice, there we go. Such a nice, it's nice to know that the great creative folks of our time, what am I saying? That we got to live in a time with great creative folks, and so many of them who are queer got to live in a time when they could be openly queer. Wonder Cub, it was a huge gossip in North Carolina. Growing up, I heard about the two of them all the time. Huge nuisance. Jim was so tied to Southern culture. This is maybe based on a town close by. Yeah, it was very much like a word of mouth kind of thing. Like everybody just kind of had heard or knew, but Jim wouldn't talk about it, for obvious reasons at the time. There was even, I found some like old TV gossip magazines, and I'm actually going to be talking about them on Patreon. If you go over to Patreon, I've got bonus videos coming, and I've got one up already where I found like old gossip magazines. Do I have them handy? I have them. I put them somewhere. Anyway, I found like physical copies of old gossip magazines because they're nowhere online. You can't find them online. Ugh. But I got like physical copies of these old magazines, and they've got articles about Jim and many other famous figures. So I'm going to be doing like a breakdown of those over on Patreon. I've got part 1 of that up already at patreon.com/MattBound. Link in the description, I think. Liam's here. Hello. Love you. So excited to see you and watch this. Oh, thank you so much. Yay. Excited to have you here. Paul Lynn video was great. Love watching clips of his Hollywood Squares zingers. He's so underappreciated as Johnny Minogue. Yeah, he is. I mean, he's very fun. He's a fun entertainer. Also, check out my Patreon because I got a bunch of Paul's best Hollywood Squares zingers over on my Patreon. Robbie says, who is Jim rumored to have married? So he was rumored to have married Rock Hudson. Actually married, decades later, his actual partner, Stan. Yeah, Jim did a whole studio album, Man of La Mancha, with Mary, I forgot her name. Oh, gosh, Mary, opera singer. They were good friends, Mary something. They did a whole album, and they frequently worked together because they were just, Mary Costa, is that her name? Am I maybe thinking somebody else? Anyway. Yeah, so he did like a Man of La Mancha album, and it's just an incredible. His Man of La Mancha is actually really, really great. He sang it on Gomer Pyle, which was a spinoff from Andy Griffith, sang it on that. So it was really funny because he was in, like, they made a show for him where he was in the Marine Corps, and they always had to have reasons, like excuses for him to sing. So there's always like, oh, it's the Marine Corps talent shows coming up, stuff like that. Or like, it's like how they had to do on Designing Women with Dixie. Was it Dixie? Who was it? I was about to call her Nell Carter. That's not who it is. It was Annie Potts. It was Julia Sugarbaker. Julia Sugarbaker. They always had reasons for her to sing because the actress wanted to sing, and they were like, all right, we'll write this in. For every time that she had like a big monologue that she had to deliver, her deal was for every monologue they write for, they also had to write in an excuse for her to sing. Nathan remembers hearing that Sondheim was gay and went, oh, because of course he is. No straight man loves Bernadette Peters that much. I think anyone with good taste loves Bernadette Peters. Studio heads made Natalie would go out with gay men as like their beard or something. Can't remember who. May have been Rock Hudson. That sounds right. Natalie, yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, the studio beard was certainly a thing. You should watch, if you haven't, see the movie Straight Jacket, not the Joan Crawford one, but there's one by Richard Day, who's one of the writers on Arrested Development, along with many other things. He also made Girls Will Be Girls. Anyway, Richard Day has a great movie that he made called Straight Jacket that's about a closeted actor mid-50s. If you're coming in for the stream, if you like old gay media, this is a movie that will seem like it was made specifically for you. In fact, probably was because nobody saw it. But it's a great movie. I love it. Straight Jacket, STRAIGHT. Oh, Deborah says, I heard that Sondheim was with Anthony Perkins in the 60s. Wow. Boy, oh boy, to hang out with those two. That must have been fun. Was Mary? Yes, Mary Costa was the voice of Princess Aurora in Disney's Sleeping Beauty. Now that sounds right. Yes, it definitely was not Mary Costa who did the video with. Did the album with. It was some other. Opera singer named Mary something. I want to say it starts with a C. Maybe not. Who knows? Who says, have you heard of the Netflix movie Operation Hyacinth? No, I have not. Oh, and Laura, thank you again for another tip. I really appreciate that. My mom asked if you could do Johnny Mathis. After prom, you saw him at Coconut Grove. He touched her dress when he walked by. Wait, was Johnny Mathis gay? I know very little about him. Hold on a second. I know that he was a singer. Hold on, let's see. Johnny Mathis, gay? Oh yeah, look at that. Johnny Mathis, gay. Okay, so I know nothing about him, but I'll put him on my list because let me get my list out here. Y'all want a little sneak peek at the other stuff I'm working on? I got a long list. Johnny Mathis. I don't know anything about him, but I will look into him. Put him right next to Rock Hudson, my list of things that I might do videos about. No, I've not heard about Operation High Things. I have been watching a lot of JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. We're making our way through JoJo's Bizarre Adventure because the new season's coming soon. We're on series 3 now, Operation Stardust. So slowly, there's a lot. There's like 200 episodes. Maybe not 200. It's like 170 something episodes. So there's a lot to get through, but we're making progress. Anyway, so that's what we're watching right now. Oh, Jenny Moore, I've heard that Stephen Sondheim loved escape rooms. He and Bernadette Peters hung out and played escape room in the last few years. Gosh, imagine going to an escape room event and Stephen Sondheim and Bernadette Peters are there trying to get out. Ooh, I don't know how to solve this mystery. That's exactly what she sounds like. Nailed it. Mary Callis, that's probably it. Mathis was gay, says Bell. I didn't know. So I know so little about this guy. I'm going to have to educate myself. Opperzine says Marilyn Horne is also famous for, oh, wow, Marilyn Horne's famous for singing C's for Good. Wait, was it Marilyn Horne that he did? I think you may be right. I think I may be thinking Marilyn Horne. I think you're right. It was Marilyn Horne that he did the album with. And she did C's for Cookie on Sesame Street. So she sung with all the greats. Oh, no, Johnny Mathis had some sex problems. Okay. Oop. Well, I definitely need to learn about him before I make too many plans about what I'm going to talk about. I don't like to do videos about valorizing. I don't like to do videos celebrating people who should not be celebrated. So I will check him out and make sure. I'll do some vetting of Vuzu. No, wait. Vuzu says he sang the Family Ties theme song. Who was telling me about it? Had some crime problems. Jimmy T. Yeah, I'll have to check that out. Oh, Paul Root says that John Waters has writings about Johnny Mathis. Okay. Oh, no, Mark Blevins giving me more bad news about Johnny Mathis. Okay. All right. Marilyn Horne was on Man of La Mancha with Madeline Kahn in a supporting role? The nerve to put Madeline Kahn in a supporting role. Oh, yeah, Rage the Animal, Sal Manio and Rebel Without a Cause died under strange conditions. As far as I know, he was just mugged. It was just like a random crime, wrong place, wrong time, and he was, maybe that's not actually what happened, but that was my understanding. Is that's how he passed away. Oh, Raymond Burr, that might be it. Do I have him on my list? I should have him on my list. Raymond Burr. Yeah. Should do Raymond Burr, famously homosexual, killed by Alexander Hamilton. No, that was Aaron Burr. Let's see. Madeline Kahn was such an icon since Video Gamer. Yes, she was. I got a video about her on my channel. If you check that out, check out my video about good old Madeline. Oh, Madeline, that's what we say. Yeah, so I said, so I said I was going to give you a little sneak peek. So I just opened up my document where I've got like all of my videos that I'm working with, like potential stuff that's coming up. If you want a little sneak peek of what I've got in the works. So I've still got like Elvira at the top of my list. So I use Scrivener is the app that I use to organize all my notes because it lets me put things into piles. So I don't have like everything all mixed together. So I've got different piles of notes for different subjects. Anyway, so I still got Elvira at the top there because I'm still doing some some Patreon videos about her. And then Jim Nabors after that because, that's what's coming up in a few, what are we looking at? 20-ish minutes? 20-ish minutes we got the premiere. And then what's after that? Okay, so on my list after that is bathhouse movies, which I think I'm going to do a video focusing on the Ritz movie set in a bathhouse in 1970 something. Stars like a really great cast, including Rita Moreno, who's going to be in the upcoming West Side Story movie. So I want to do a thing about Rita Moreno since people are going to be talking about her. I think about doing a video updating. So I used to have a video about Pee-wee's Holiday Christmas special. Got taken down by Shout Factory because they claimed it. So I want to do an update to that, put in a whole bunch of new stuff. Because my first video was pretty short. So I want to do an updated one about Pee-wee's Christmas special for this month. What else have I got on here? Third Rock from the Sun, maybe? Maybe. We'll see. Because they did have some gay-ish episodes. And Kristen Johnson just did a fun interview where she talks about like how she was basically playing a drag queen on the show. But Cat Faces, would you do a video on non-U.S. stars like Kenneth Williams, Carry On Films, and Julian Sandy? Yeah, he's on my list somewhere. It's a long list, but I got him on here somewhere. There was something specifically that I wanted to do that involved him. I think I was thinking about doing a video about like latrinalia, about like gay. Oh, this is what it was. Like I was reading about gay graffiti of like, in like ancient Greece. Like there's this graffiti that has been found of like gay lovers writing about each other on the walls in ancient Greece. And I was like, that's very fun. And then I was looking at like some like more modern connection to that. And Kenneth Williams has appeared in the Carry On films. No, it was Up Pompeii. That's the one I was thinking of. I was thinking about like Up Pompeii could be sort of my gateway into talking about that. So yeah, Kenneth Williams, maybe. Did you find the documentary about the bathhouses, Fred Maxson? No, it's nowhere to be found. This guy made it. It's the same guy who made the documentary about small town gay bars. And it's just nowhere to be found online anywhere. Bette Midler got to start performing gay bathhouses. Yes, indeed. The Continental Baths in New York. Back to Knife says, it still blows my mind that Cassandra Peterson's middle name is gay. Isn't that wild? Yeah, Teresa says, have you seen the mess that is Diana the Musical? I've seen highlights. There are only so many hours in the day, and that is not something that I feel like I need to spend an entire sit down time watching. Oh, Wonder Cub wants to see superheroines like Wonder Woman, how they impacted gay culture. One of the first shows with showings in gay bars at the time. Huh, I didn't know that. That's fascinating. Yeah, and there's a Charles Pierce connection, because Charles Pierce was a villain, famous gender illusionist, he might call himself, in the 70s. Appeared on Wonder Woman as a villain. There's some other gay connection with Wonder Woman. What was it? Oh, no, it was that Cloris Leachman was on Wonder Woman. That's what I was thinking of. Kind of a gay connection, sort of. She wasn't gay, but just a good friend. Oh, yeah, Frankie Howard and Up Pompeii. Yep. Or was it? No, maybe it was a Carry On Cleopatra, because I don't think Kenneth Williams is in Up Pompeii. Was it Carry On Cleopatra or Carry On Rome or something? It was some Carry On movie. Carrying On. And of course, Michael points out Oscar Wilde should do Oscar Wilde. So I mean that kind of connects to another one that I've got on my list here, Vincent Price. Vincent Price played Oscar Wilde on stage. So I want to do a video about Vincent Price. I got to get in touch with his daughter, who's spoken about Vincent being bisexual. Let's see. Oh, Vix Trex recommends a video about Tab Hunter. That could be fun. So I mean, I've already done a John Waters video, but maybe a little more about Tab Hunter. I don't feel like Tab Hunter is really fondly remembered these days. Not like people are like, that asshole. I hate Tab Hunter now. Just like, it's not as high profile. Oh, Joe met Linda Carter. Where'd you meet her? Ooh, and Jenny says just Tank Girl. That would be a fun one. I do like Tank Girl. Nathan says the gay connection to Wonder Woman in my head is that Professor Marston and Wonder Woman made an otherwise straight poly relationship into a bi one. Okay, so I gotta watch a show, because I don't know the show that well. I don't know who's who. And of course, Wonder Woman, the character, has a great polyamory and bisexuality history. All right, cool. All right, so I definitely need to read about this. Xena's also on my list. I want to learn more about Xena, because I know there's some queer, often queer baiting, but still some queer stuff going on with Xena. Robbie says, I think one of the villains is a small guy with white hair, gay on the show, but I think in real life, that's not a lot to go on. GA says Jane Oliver has a connection with both Johnny Mathis and New York bathhouses. Wait, who's Jane Oliver? And Fred Maxson recommends Morris, Ian Foster book turned into film with Hugh Grant. Yeah, that's a movie that hit at a very particular time. The Merchant Ivory film. With Hugh Grant. I think Hugh Grant is in that one. Yeah. It's a real sweet film. And for gays of a particular age who remember when that movie came out with all the like romantic rolling around in grassy fields with the boys. A good movie. Yeah, D. Walker wants queer representation in anime. Where to begin? Gosh. Where to start on that? Jenny definitely wants a Xena video. Grew up watching her, says Thorn Silver. Can you imagine? Yeah, Mr. Brittle Queen. Can you imagine entertainment value of the bathhouse with Bette Midler and Barry Manilow? Imagine just walking into a bathhouse and Bette Midler's there. Jeez. This is the thing, Brittle Queen, is like, I know that this was a thing, that bathhouses had that kind of entertainment. But it's so unthinkable to me, like, that there would be a place you go. There's a live show, some live entertainment. You sit around the pool watching a live entertainment. Then you go fool around and get naked in a room upstairs. And then you shower off and, I don't know, go to a gym and then come back up and somebody else is singing. Like, it just sounds like amazing. I can see how, health-wise, one would have to be careful about running something like that. But gosh, it does make me long for the days when bathhouses were more of a thing, and not obviously they still exist, but it's not like it was in the 70s, let's say. Nick Crochet Tiger says, during the series of Xena, it was always alluded to that Xena and Gabrielle were a lesbian couple, never said on screen for obvious reasons. I feel like wasn't there a kiss? I feel like somebody was telling me that there was a kiss. That they did actually, like, towards the end, Xena and Gabrielle kissed. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I may be thinking of the comics. Yeah, anyway, so this is something that I definitely have to educate myself about some more. Queen of Scott is here. Love your videos. I love being able to draw and listen to these awesome videos. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you like them. Glad that they fill the space while you're doing art. Ooh, President Luther says, what about Chips? Was there a gay episode of Chips? I do want to cover Merchant Ivory, Jenny Moore. They still, because they were queer, right? I forget their first names, but Merchant and Ivory were the guys who were making these movies, these old classical texts turned into films. They were both gay, I think. Jenkins says, I worked on the effects for a Xena project for Universal. They were hinting hard in the script about the relationship. Still have the script. Oh, Jenga, I might have to prevail upon you for access to that, because that is a valuable historical artifact you got there. Problem at Continental Bath, says Oprazine, was many patrons complained that while Bette was singing downstairs, there was no one upstairs available for sex. Oh boy, is that what sunk them? That why they couldn't keep going? It's just too many people watching Bette, no one going upstairs for sex. Tough choice, frankly. They should just have had people having an orgy in front of Bette Midler. Yeah, Fred Maxon says the Leather Museum in Chicago has an interactive exhibit featuring a glory hole from Man's country. Interactive exhibit. Robbie found the actor. Henry Gibson was the actor thinking of on Wonder Woman, who is probably gay in real life. Terrence says there's definitely a kiss between Xena and Gabrielle. Gabrielle. And still here, my girlfriend squealed with delight when they showed it. All right, so I definitely, I have not watched Xena since it was, in syndication when I was in college 100 years ago. So, I don't know. Is Xena streaming somewhere? I need to watch a lot of Xena. This is just my excuse for watching a lot of Xena. Xena had a thirsty lesbian vampire episode. It was fun times. Ooh, thirsty lesbian vampire. That's amazing. I absolutely want that. All right, that's probably the place for me to start. Xena's thirsty lesbian vampire. Laura says to Oprazine, where do you live? Love talking opera. My heroes, Joan Sutherland. Joan Sutherland. Leontine Price. Anna Muffo. I've met and coached with Frederica von Stade. I don't know who most of those people are. Joan Sutherland I know and am a fan of. Wonder Cub says, final episode, Xena and Gabrielle kiss. Final episode. All right. It's like, we're still doing that now with Adventure Time. Princess, what's her name? The Princess Bubblegum and her girlfriend kissing at the end of Adventure Time. Come on, putting it at the end like that. Ugh. Yeah, Rage the Animal says Paul Lind had an argument with the mother from Bewitched, Agnes Moorehead, started rumors she was a lesbian. I don't know that she was actually a lesbian. There's a lot of, let's see, do I have? Yeah, so according to this book, that I'm just within arm's reach, this reference book, Hollywood Lesbians, allegedly Paul was telling people that she was queer. She was one of the great Hollywood dykes, he called her. Paul. But... Paul said a lot of stuff. So I don't know. I don't know about that one. Oh, Xena's on Peacock. Okay, I'll check that out. Peacock does not have... So when I'm watching a lot of this stuff, sometimes I have to watch it like double speed because there's a lot to watch and it'll take me forever if I don't put it on double speed. Peacock doesn't have an automatic double speed thing, but there might be a plugin that can speed things up for me. Oh God, yeah. Someone says how many wrestlers were gay? Probably a bunch. I mean, that's an area where they definitely had to be very closeted. Oh, really? Rat says the finale of CW's Supergirl last season apparently had a lesbian kiss film, but didn't make it to air. That's a scandal. Oh, and Xena's on Tubi for free. Is Tubi one of the one with ads? It drives me crazy. The ads. Oh my gosh. I'm so spoiled now being able to skip through them. I may have to look for a torrent. So I can't with ads. I can't with ads. Opportune says, my opinion is that Agnes Moorehead was homosocial, preferring the company of women, but still straight orientation. That sounds about right. That certainly sounds plausible. I know it's fun to be like Bruce Valanche was talking about, what's her name? The Wicked Witch. Can you believe this? I just did a video about her. What was her name? The actress played the Wicked Witch. Anyway, her. How could I have forgotten her name? Bruce Valanche called her a lesbitarian. But again, that's another one where I'm like, yeah, it might be fun to believe that she was queer, but was she? Or is that just is that a fun story? Jimmy T says, Johnny Mathers was accused allegedly. Okay, now it's getting, oh boy, now it's getting convoluted. Etienne says, are you familiar with Jessica Kelgren Fozard on YouTube? She's doing some queer history shorts lately. No, I didn't know that. I don't know about it. Margaret Hamilton, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. I was picturing, in my mind, the Hamilton poster, and I didn't know why. Like, you know, the one with he's holding his hand up. I was picturing the Hamilton poster, and I was like, why am I picturing that when I'm trying to remember the Wicked Witch's name? Anyway, Crystal's got the box set. There you go. That's the way you got to do it. I've got a DVD player hooked up to my computer, like an actual physical DVD player with like wires and cables and stuff, and a VHS player in case I need to look at VHS tapes. So I've got like the deck so I can play all this stuff. As time goes on, increasingly, I've been absorbing more ways I've been accumulating more ways to play old dead media. Like I've got a bunch of like mini DV tapes with stuff on them. Like what's on this one? Yeah, like here's an old like Henson Muppet thing that came to me on mini DV tapes. So now I can play those. I got a deck for those. What else can I? Gosh, so I can play DVDs. I can digitize DVDs, mini DV, VHS, and Blu-rays because I got a PlayStation hooked up now. so much. Will you ever do Anne Rice's lore? She's the heart of queer gothic erotic historical literature. She opened up my world sexually. I should do Anne Rice. She's not on my list. Let me add her right now. I've been actually talking to Christopher Rice, her son, about doing an interview. For Suze of Paris, and I should do a video about Anne Rice because there's so much queer stuff in Interview with the Vampire. Just that alone. All right, we're about 9 minutes away from the debut of my new video, and then I think I'm going to have to take a nap. I can definitely feel myself like winding down into hallucinatory delirium. So we're going to do the premiere in 9 minutes of my new Jim Nabors video. It's about a half hour. I can't play Laserdisc Catface. It's like 25 minutes, the new Jim Nabors-y video. We're going to watch that. Then I'm going to collapse in an exhausted heap. That's my plan. James was up all night, so he's taking a nap. So I may just like crawl into bed and cuddle with him. Anne Rice's son is gay, right? Says Artie. Yes, he is. Christopher is indeed family. Matt says, Anthony Perkins and Jim Nabors in a relationship at some point. I remember hearing something about this many years ago. I wouldn't rule it out. It's possible. I didn't turn anything up about that. And to my knowledge, Anthony Perkins never appeared with Jim Nabors in anything. Not that means anything, but I don't think they ever worked together. But it's certainly believable. Ask him about the new series, is GA. Yeah, well, I don't want to push too hard because he's like, I'm very busy. Can we talk in a couple months? And so like, all right, obviously. I honestly, I respect somebody who's like, I can't talk to you right now. It's going to be months before I can talk to you. Like, I do respect somebody who just like sets a boundary like that. Cool. Okay, fine. Yeah, and I don't want to scare him off by being like, I'm seeking privileged information from you. Anyway, okay, so we're nearly there, nearly there for the premiere of the Jim Nabors video. Oh my goodness, all about the scandalous Jim Nabors and his scandalous relationship with Rock Hudson, which was real. They really did have a relationship, but it was not the relationship that everybody believed it did. Lord of Dark Dude says, I'm happy you're releasing a video today. I got terrible news from a friend. Oh, releasing a video is a great distraction. I'm sorry to hear that, but I hope that the video is an enjoyable thing. It is actually a pretty, I think, uplifting video. It's nice. I think it's just nice. Like I was saying at the start of the stream, it is pleasant to do a video about somebody who you're just like, that guy seems sweet. He seems like a good guy. And that's the story with Jim. Had some ups and downs, some controversy, some adversity in terms of like people in Hollywood not being as kind to them as they should have been. But then his friends really coming to his rescue. I mean, that's the really sweet thing. The sweetest part of the Jim Nabors story is like how his friends saved him, literally saved his life first saving his career after these rumors nearly broke him. And then later saving his actual literal life. Anyway, Ajita's here. Found this yesterday about this, and you're doing a live stream about it. Weird coincidence. Glad you made it in. Mac the Knife, thank you so much for the tip. Louise Brooks was like that. She identified as straight, but loved hanging around lesbians. Had a couple of gay affairs. Ooh, good for her. Now, Louise Brooks, am I thinking of the right actress? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest and DS9. Louise Brooks. Nope, absolutely not. Who am I thinking of? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest nurse. Who played Nurse Ratched? Was played by Louise Fletcher. Completely different. But yes, so Louise Brooks, silent film star? Anyway, different Louise. Pokemon Sword and Shield DLC is heavily implied that the brother of the main antagonist is a gay icon, popular among men. Oh. Well. Weird that Ron Howard was on Andy Griffith's soundboard. We're going to be talking about that in the video that you're going to be watching in about 5 minutes. Ron will come up. Danny says, did you ever find that Elvira SNL episode? I found parts of it. Somebody on Patreon sent me a link to where it was actually on archive.org. You can find her the opening cold open with her and Dana Carvey. It's okay, but still no her on Weekend Update. Her Weekend Update segment is just nowhere to be found. So I found part of Elvira on SNL. Jenny says Xena vampire episode is called Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Oh boy. It was season 2, episode 4. That sounds like a real treat. Okay. That is, I'm bumping Xena up in my list of things to do videos about because that sounds amazing. Hold on. Let me put Xena here. Oh, and apparently there's a trans allegory in an episode. Here she comes, Miss Amphipolis. That episode. I don't know anything about it. I just have a note to myself to look into that because somebody sent me a thing about it and I had to check it out if it's true. I don't know if it's actually true. But, and I also want to look up lesbian vampire episode. Girls Just Want to Have Fun. Season 2, episode 4. Thank you so much for sending me that. Because I definitely, like, a lot of what I do depends on folks sending me clips and making me aware of stuff. So I really appreciate everybody who sends me media. Like, for example, Oprazine sent me, made me aware of a Mad Magazine parody strip about Jim Nabors and Rock Hudson that I didn't know about. And so I was able to include that in the video. So thank you to Oprazine for bringing that to my attention a couple days ago. Least favorite Milos Forman movie, says Jenny. Oh, wait, what are we talking about? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest? We watched that when I was in high school. We watched that in our psychology class. Okay. Looking back, I think that may have just been the teacher needing a break. Oh, Rage of the Animal says Dom DeLuise and Burt Reynolds were an item secretly. Okay, I have no reason to think that that's true, but I love it as a rumor. I wish them all the best, is what I say to that. All right, we're coming up on time, so I'm going to wind down this chat and send you all over to my premiere, if I can find the link to it. So I'm going to put the link in the chat so you all can click the link if the redirect doesn't work, because sometimes it doesn't work for everybody. All right, so there's the link. Goes live at noon Pacific, right there. Okay. Boo, 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 boo. Samboard says, any plans to make a Discord? Not right now. Maybe in the future. I've got enough to manage right now. Maybe at some point. If I did do a Discord, send me on Twitter is probably the best place to do this. Send me your suggestions for what I could do with a Discord, because I don't even know what I would do with a Discord. I'm up for it. I don't know what I'd do with it. Okay, so Premiere is here. I'm putting the link in the chat. We're going to head on over there. As soon as this live stream ends, it should send you there automatically. If not, just click that link, and I'm going to see you in the chat over on the new premiering video in like 2 or 3 minutes. And that's the plan. All right, everybody, thank you again so much for joining. Thank you for everybody who's a member over on Patreon, and thank you for all the tips to everybody. And I will see you again for my next video. Fingers crossed in 2 weeks. That's the plan. I'm going to try. Maybe it'll be Xena. Who knows? I'll see you again for the next one. Thanks so much for joining, and I'll see you over in the chat for my new premiere. All right, everybody. Goodbye, good night.